Why won't you pick up the phone? If you're going to be like this, don't come running to me later asking where your Frappuccino is. I even went out of my way to stop at a cafe and buy one for you like you asked. But since you're not picking up, I guess I'll just drink both of them. Mine and yours. You're fine with that, right?
I'm so sorry, Rita. I was in a string of meetings until just now, so I couldn't get to my phone. I see a lot of missed calls from you. Is anything the matter? Is there some work-related issue or problem?
No, there's no problem. Nothing like that. I just have a favor to ask you. I just wanted to let you know that I left all of my tasks for the week over on your desk. So make sure to finish those up by the weekend, okay? I'm counting on you.
I'm sorry.
I went out of my way to stop by a cafe and pick you up this Frappuccino and everything. But you wouldn't even pick up the phone. I'm tired of waiting for you now, so I'm heading back home. I'll leave it to you to take care of those tasks I left you and anything else that comes up at the office.
Wait a second, Rita. I'm just getting back to my desk, and this is a huge pile of work. I know you said favor, but this is too much. It looks like you left me with almost every single task that was assigned to you. For me to get all of this done, I'd have to work overtime today and then come in on Saturday and Sunday, too.
Oh, come on. I thought you liked overtime. So just do it for me. You can think of it as repayment for all the things I've helped you out with. Like buying this Frappuccino.
What? Did I ever tell you I like overtime? That doesn't sound familiar at all.
Yeah, but you're not a salaried employee like me. You're hourly. And you're only temp, not full-time. So things are a little different, you know? For you hourly people, the more overtime you do, the more money comes rolling in. So obviously you like overtime, right?
What are you talking about?
Salaried employees like me get paid a set salary. Get it? No matter how many hours we work. So there's no point in me running myself ragged doing overtime. That's why I'm leaving it all to you. You know, the one who needs the overtime. So make sure you get plenty of extra hours in and take care of all those tasks I left for you. Okay? Please, bye!
What do you mean take care of? You do know you're the one who's supposed to be doing these, right? Anyways, sorry to disappoint, but I won't be helping with a single one of the things you left on my desk. I'll put them all back on your desk for you, okay?
Hold on. What? You're not gonna help me out and finish those for me?
Of course not. I know I've been helping you out here and there before today, but now you're just trying to make me do all of your work. There's where I have to draw the line. So just enjoy that Frappuccino you bought, even both of them, and do your own work yourself.
Seriously, what the heck is this? Why should I have to take this from you? Who are you to tell me no and not do what I tell you to do?
Who am I? Well, I guess I'd say I'm someone who's worked here for longer than you. Seniority and all that. Does that sound familiar?
Even if you have been working longer at our company than I have, you are just an hourly temp worker. And again, I'm a salaried employee. We're just on two completely different levels here. No comparison. You can't go against what I tell you to do. You have to work this overtime for me.
Excuse me?
Not to mention, I have several extremely important stops I need to make today. So there's no way I could stay back and do overtime instead. I have an appointment for my nails, want to get eyelash extensions, plus I booked a spot at the spa. Basically, my schedule's just full up.
If these important stops of yours are all just appointments to pamper yourself, you could just reschedule.
No way! Are you crazy? I can't reschedule. I made sure to schedule everything perfectly so that I'd be able to fit everything in before the wedding party at the end of this month. So like I said, there's no way I could change it now.
What wedding party?
Come on, you know. Our CEO is having his wedding. And for the reception, he's having a big party and invited almost everyone in the company to go. I'm sure a lot of the boss's friends will be there, and I'm extra sure they're all catches. So I've got to really make sure I look my best for the event. Since, first impressions are the most important.
The way you're so gung-ho and take care of your appearance is impressive and all. But how about dealing with the problem at hand first? Like these leftover tasks for your job? I'm sure our CEO would also be happier if you put more effort into your job instead of pampering yourself and going husband hunting.
Someone who doesn't have to worry about their looks because they don't have anything to do with the reception should take care of that work stuff for me. Don't you think? Someone like, say, an hourly worker. And maybe one who's past her prime. You get me.
Did you really just say that?
There's no way you're going to be invited to the reception anyway. So you've got all the free time in the world, right? So just hurry up and do what I told you to do. Finish up that work that I left for you.
Yeah, no. I don't have time to deal with someone else's work. Old people have lives too. Shocking, I know.
Yeah, right. Come on. Let's be serious here. You're single. At that age. And still working as a temp worker. No way you've got that much going on in your life. Anyway, this combo's getting boring. Take care of that work, okay?
I'm sorry, what?
Even if you keep saying no, I'm just gonna give you all the work again on Mondays. So, just give it up already and get to work.
Hey sis, are you working overtime again today? We're about to do dinner soon. Yeah. I still have this and that to take care of, so it just ended up that way. Could you just put mine in the fridge? Sorry. I'll eat it once I get back home. Sure thing. But I feel like you've been doing too much overtime lately. Is everything okay? It's not like it's crunch time, but you're still doing overtime every day. It's not like your department's in the middle of a big project or anything, right? Well, no. But let's just say there are some interpersonal reasons for why I'm working late. But forget about me. How are things going with the wedding prep? You've been making a lot of trips back home to see us lately. What's going on with Amy? She's the bride-to-be, but it's like she's disappeared. Yeah, well, Amy's abroad on a business trip right now. So I've been doing all the wedding prep in her place. I'm taking care of it. The wedding hall is close to home, so it's hard to resist stopping by for some of Mom's cooking after I'm done with wedding prep meetings. I'm glad things seem to be going smoothly. A lot of the employees were saying how excited they are about going to the party. We're only doing the reception as a big party instead of a smaller event because Dad kept going on about how I should go big or go home. But if all of our employees are looking forward to it now, I guess I've got to make sure to impress. Haha, yeah. Dad's always been a fan of luxury when it comes to events. He's bougie that way. Mom and I will make sure we stick right next to him on the day of, so don't worry. We'll both be watching to make sure he doesn't drink too much and cause a scene. You guys are a lifesaver. With the way Dad is, I know if no one kept an eye on him, he tried to be the main character at my wedding. Yeah, but it's that main character syndrome that helped him to grow the company this big this quickly. But I've got to get back to concentrating on this work, so I'll talk to you later. Later. Try not to stay over there too late, okay?
Hold on. Just a minute. Ah! What the heck is an hourly temp working hag like you doing here? You weren't even invited. Outsiders need to be on their way and get out. The door's over there.
Wow, you're rude. You could ask nicely, you know. And excuse me, you're not even going to apologize? You threw wine all over my dress. And now you're telling me to get out? Who does that?
All I did was help you to know your place. I won't say sorry, but I will say you're welcome. Seeing you all dripping wet and covered in wine, I've got to say, it fits someone like you just perfectly.
What did you just say?
You're nothing but a temp worker, but you still had the nerve to show up here and try to enjoy the party? Boy, you're bold. And that's not a compliment. I mean, really. At your age, you should be a little more self-aware and understanding where you are in the pecking order.
I have no issues with knowing my place. That's exactly why I'm standing here in front of you now.
Wow! This is so embarrassing. Wait, don't tell me. Are you actually husband hunting right now? I get that you probably get lonely at night being single like that, but come on! You're being so desperate right now, it's hard to watch.
What are you talking about?
But I mean, I guess I can't say I really blame you. For being that desperate, I mean. After all, you're looking the big 40 right in the face. That's practically middle-aged. And yet, you still haven't qualified to be a full-time salaried employee and are only working hourly. Oof. I guess your future was looking bleak. So you thought you should hurry up and grab a halfway decent man while you still have a chance, right? You don't care who judges you. You're just gonna put yourself out there and go on the prowl, huh?
Rita? I think you've maybe got the wrong idea here. I'm not here at the reception party to look for a husband.
So what? You're telling me you're just here to celebrate? You just came here to congratulate our boss out of the goodness of your heart? Oh! Oh. So that's it. So that's your play. You're going to use all those well wishes as a way to butter him up so that maybe you can finally be made a full-fledged salaried employee.
Wait, what?
That totally makes sense. I mean, true, you don't get any bonuses as a temp. But you can't even stand being in your 30s and not having those sorts of job benefits. Must really suck.
I've been trying to tell you that's not why I'm here at all. You're just not getting it.
Sorry to have ruined your big plan to suck up to our boss. But you know what? I really don't think being a full-time salaried employee is your thing. You know what I mean? For you, I feel like being an unhappy, pathetic temp worker in her 30s is the best look for you. Just stay like you are and be my own personal little errand girl. Or maybe maid is the better word.
Excuse me.
So, okay, maybe I might have been a little off about why you showed up here. But I'd still say I was right on the money when I threw that wine on you. You're way old, and the only thing you're good for is being told what to do. You should just get out of here and go home. An event like this isn't for people like you.
You're sure you want to tell me to leave? I should just head out.
Not just sure, I'm positive. Get moving. This was supposed to be a high-class event where we could enjoy ourselves and party. But now the vibe's ruined because someone let riffraff like you in here.
I guess the groom's sister will just pack it up and be on her way then. I'll just make sure I say hello to the bride and groom on my way out.
Huh? What do you mean, the groom's sister?
Well, it's been not nice talking with you. Goodbye.
No, hold on a second. You can't just leave after dropping a bomb like that. You've got to explain things a bit. By the groom's sister, you don't mean what I think you do you? Don't tell me that you're our CEO's sister. No way, right?
Well, yeah. I guess that's what that would mean, isn't it? You're quick, aren't you? My father was the former CEO, and the current CEO, Keith, is my younger brother. There's even a seat waiting for me in the first row of seating over there where the groom's family sits.
What? Did you say a seat in the first row?
But it doesn't seem like I can still attend the reception now that my dress is like this. Not to mention, you've been telling me again and again how someone like me should just go home. So it's a shame, but I'm going to do just like you asked and head home.
Wait a second! Everything you just said. You weren't serious about any of that, right? That was all just some joke you thought off of the top of your head, right? Because, I mean, some random temp worker being the CEO's older sister is just crazy. None of that makes any sort of sense.
If you don't believe me, why don't you go and ask any of our other coworkers? Most people who work at our company know about it. The only person who just didn't seem to realize it no matter how much time passed is you, Rita.
What? You've got to be kidding me. Hold on. Everyone knew about this but me? And they didn't even tell me? Not one person told me?
That's because I told them all they didn't have to go out of their way to defend me or clarify who I was. Let sleeping dogs lie, I think is the saying. Everyone just left you to your own devices.
You're kidding.
As for me, I didn't really want to throw my weight around just because my father and brother are both in upper-level management. All of our coworkers were very understanding about that and acted in accordance with my wishes.
But wait, besides all of that, I just thought of something else. Why are you working as an hourly temp employee when all of your family are a part of management? I mean, aren't you the former CEO's daughter and the current CEO's older sister? Usually in cases like this, you'd be at least a director. Or an executive. Something.
Well, you know, before you started working here, I was the head of our department. But my father, you know, the former CEO, his health hasn't been that great these past few years. Most of the time he's fine, but sometimes he needs someone to go with him to his hospital checkups. And lately there are more occasions where he's needed to be admitted on short notice. So I didn't hesitate to drop down to just a temp position, and now I'm making use of the more flexible work schedule to take days off whenever I need to.
Oh, so that's how it was.
After I went from department head to just this part-time role, everyone felt a little awkward around me at first. But the other employees like me who've had to cut back their hours or who have to work in temp positions because of issues at home actually liked seeing that I'd done the same thing. They're always telling me how it's so much easier for them to take time off now. Or they say how now that they're only part-time, they don't have to spend as much time wasting away in the office. It feels like I'm still contributing by being in this position and being a support to the hourly and part-time employees in the company. And that's fine by me.
Now that you mention it, you do spend a lot of time together with the other temp workers. I was sure you were all just comforting each other for being at the bottom of the totem pole.
What would we need to comfort each other about? Our temp workers are also indispensable employees who help support the company. Whether someone chooses to be a full-time salary employee or an hourly part-time employee is up to them. What gives you the right to look down on them and badmouth them? And likewise, you had no right to pour wine on me either.
Oh, no. That was just a misunderstanding.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm done here. I hope you meet a wonderful, high-valued man here. Come on, sis. I keep telling you I'll borrow a dress for you to change into from the event hall. So there's no reason for you to leave. Come on back. If you head back now, you'll still make it in time for the actual reception. Thank you so much, Keith. I really appreciate it. But it seems like there are some people at the party who aren't comfortable with me being around. So I think I'll just head home after all. I kicked that employee out as soon as you told me what happened. So come on. I'm sure there's no one else who minds you being here. Don't give that any more thought and come back to the event hall. Please. What? You kicked Rita out? Of course I did. That woman threw red wine on the groom's sister. On the CEO's sister. And she was so nasty about it, too. I got to see her misconduct with my own eyes. Oh, man. It's a little embarrassing that you saw all that. And other employees told me about her as well. The reason you've had to do overtime so much lately was all Rita's fault, wasn't it? They told me that they saw her loading you up with all of her work. Why didn't you tell me? I just thought that it would be better for her to come to her senses and stop being so terrible on her own. Even if she knew that I was your sister, it wouldn't make her truly reflect or change her ways. She'd just start to target some other part-timer instead. So I figured I could just be her punching bag for now. You don't have to sacrifice yourself like that. Everything she did, I can't just let all that go. Not as your brother and not as the CEO of our company either. As soon as this reception's over, I'm going to get to work thinking of what her punishment should be. Well, if that's what the CEO wants to do, I'll leave you to it. Just make sure you do the right thing and don't disgrace the position. It's not good to mix your personal feelings with business, you know. I do know that. You don't have to remind me. But now I want you to do something for your little brother. Please, I'm begging you. Come back to the event hall. If you're not there, it'll be such a sorry excuse for a reception. Not to mention, you're the only one who can do something about Dad. Huh? Don't tell me Dad's already started drinking and making a fool of himself. That main character syndrome of his reared its ugly head. I'm at my wit's end over here. He's yelling about how since things have gone this way, he'll pour wine on his head too, to keep you company. Mom's doing her best to stop him right now. Everything's just a mess. You can't be serious. But I think he's also mad at Rita. In his own way. I'll give him that. He said he wouldn't stand for that woman embarrassing you like that. But then, like usual, he went from there and somehow ended up way over in left field. Okay, fine. I'll head back over there. And I'll take you up on that dress offer, so have it ready. Plus, I feel like changing into a different dress is the best way to get Dad to calm down. Really? You're really coming back right now, right? You're not joking? I can't just let my little brother's wedding reception turn into a complete and total flaming ball of chaos. All right, then. I'll be right over, so make sure you've got that dress laid out and a room for me to change in.
Please! You've gotta help me, Anna. As soon as I got to work this morning, I got a message telling me to head to the HR office. Once I got there, they told me that a decision's been made for me to be transferred to a branch office. And what's worse is, it's not gonna be like here, nice and easy where I can do office work behind the scenes. I'll actually have to go out in the field from now on. Like, I can't even. This is definitely all because I spilled wine on you yesterday, isn't it?
There's nothing I could say to help you out with your problem. If there's anything you want to say to plead your case, try telling the CEO directly yourself.
You know good and well there's no way I can do that. There's no way our boss would ever listen to me or anything I have to say.
But from what I remember, you got to exchange a few words with him personally yesterday, didn't you? Something along the lines of, "Get out of here right this minute." You could say you're already somewhat acquainted from that. So you never know. He might just hear you out.
Are you kidding? You must not know what the boss looked like when he told me to leave. I've never seen someone get so mad that their face got that red and twisted out that much. And then, when I looked past him, the former CEO was behind him and even he was glaring at me. With the exact same expression. I mean, I basically ran out of there. How scared do you think I was to have run out of a reception hall? And now you want me to beg?
Sorry about that. We're all a little hot-blooded. Easy to anger, you know. But really, both of them care about their family a lot. They're good men.
I'm sure the CEO personally made this decision to demote me all on his own. He was mad at me, and so he ordered me to be demoted and transferred to this sucky position. The branch office I'm being transferred to. Do you even know what it's like over there? Everyone says that there aren't any female employees at that branch. There are only men there, and it's a grueling work environment.
That means you'll be the only girl surrounded by your own personal collection of men. Sounds pretty great to me. You can have your pick of the bunch. Didn't you say you were looking to find someone? Seems to me like this transfer is actually working out in your favor.
Not at all. The type of guy I'm looking for is a high-valued man who lives in a high-rise in the city. That's the sort of man I want to meet and fall in love with. That or nothing at all. But instead of finding a guy like that at the party yesterday like I planned, I got chased out of the event hall and I didn't even get to exchange numbers with anyone there. And now on top of being embarrassed like that yesterday, today, the first thing I hear is I'm being transferred somewhere out in the middle of nowhere. Things couldn't be worse. So please, do something, Anna. Can't you do anything to help me? Figure out some way to persuade the CEO so that he'll forgive me. Please.
You're asking me to do what?
If you help me now, I won't make any rude comments about you ever again. And I won't leave you to do my work either. In fact, I'll do your work instead. So please, I'm absolutely begging you. Please help me out so that our boss undoes his decision to transfer me.
I'm so sorry, Rita. No matter what I say, I have a feeling that my brother is not going to go back on his decision to transfer you. Because that brother of mine, it seems like he's even more upset than you think.
Oh no. Really?
And then besides my CEO brother, there's also the former CEO who's upset with you too. Even if he is a former CEO, my father still has quite a bit of pull with the company. According to the rumors floating around, he busted into the HR office yelling and telling them to fire you immediately.
OMG. Are you serious?
So personally, I'd say just the fact that you still have a job is a win for you. And my brother Keith's not an unreasonable person. I'm sure if you work hard, actually do well at your job, and show some sort of positive results, he'll let you come back to the main office at some point.
You've got to be joking. When you say show positive results, you basically mean I'm gonna have to work my butt off, don't you? Like, actually do my job? No way! I couldn't possibly do that. I don't want to do something dumb like actually work.
What are you talking about? You're here to work. What did you apply to this job for if not to work?
I mean, okay, yes. But what I've been trying to do is get by doing as little as possible. Or, wait, no, that's not what I meant. So, like, up till now, things have been chill, and I've been kind of just, like, getting other people to do my job for me. And it's a little too late to change all of that now, is what I meant. All I want to do is just get that nice, cushy full-time salary and use it on whatever I want. I just want to be comfy.
Since you brought that up, I've heard the branch office you're going to has a policy where the set overtime bonus isn't automatically included in your salary. So if you really want money that badly, you'll have to make sure you really rack up those overtime hours and earn the bonus back on your own.
What? Now I know you're kidding. If the overtime bonus isn't included, doesn't that mean my overall pay is going to be less? I can barely pay for my nails and going to the spa and getting my eyelashes done now with my current salary.
Well, I guess this will be a good opportunity for you. You can use this change to rethink your spending habits and how to actually be a good worker. And now, Rita, I hope you do well with your demotion to the branch office. Take care, dear. I'll be praying that you someday become a not terrible person and can make your way back here. Rita was immediately moved to the branch office for her demotion. It's true that there are only men at that location, and if I had to describe them, I'd say they all look a bit intimidating. But putting aside their looks, they're all spectacular at their jobs and among the top of the top in their fields. Try as she might, Rita just can't keep up with their pace or abilities. Every day she ends up crying right there in the office. I heard that as a last resort, she tried to bribe the employees there by saying she'd do something for them if they helped her with her work. She really did her best turning on the jar and buttering them up, but no one went for it. All they did was tell her not to expect to be spoiled or get special treatment just because she's a woman, since our society's working towards gender equality. They even kicked her while she was down and reminded her that if she had the nerve to pour wine on the CEO's sister, working hard and doing her job well should be a piece of cake. Since then, she's been worked to the bone every day with rigorous training. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a comment, click the like button, and subscribe to see more videos like this. Your comments and likes keep us going. There are many more satisfying videos like this, so take a look at the others on this channel.